going to speak for a few minutes about a phenomenon from the field of social psychology called cognitive dissonance. I believe that shedding some light on this concept will give a bit of understanding as to what we are wrestling with in our fellowship. My goal is to increase awareness as to what goes into our thinking and decision-making, and also encourage our own self-examination as we navigate these waters. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort or tension we feel when we are holding two incompatible beliefs at the same time. It creates a lot of physical stress and tension, and is so uncomfortable that we as human beings are built to find a way to minimize this tension. First, let me give a simple illustration of what cognitive dissonance might look like. Two incompatible beliefs exist, such as, I live a very sedentary lifestyle, and I just learned that regular exercise adds years to your lifespan. In this case, it looks like some new information leads to this dissonance. Now to consider how to process this in our brain so as to deal with this discomfort. In this example, new information was presented. Exercise adds years to your life, which was in conflict with the current behavior, that is, a life of inactivity. Here are the typical ways this discomfort or dissonance is triggered. Forced compliance, being forced to do things we disagree with. New information, learning that something we or others have done is harmful. Decision making, we have limited choices. A decision may be made among options we are uncomfortable with or that has gone poorly. The effect of effort. People tend to value things they work hard for. Viewing something negatively after putting a lot of work into it causes dissonance. Now, what do we do with this conflicting information and the resulting tension it creates? What we know based on research is that people use a few strategies to get back into a state of balance. They change their behavior so that it matches their beliefs. Per my example, I better start a plan to get more exercise. They change their beliefs. They come to question how important that belief is or find we no longer believe it. I now see that I am far too inactive and exercise is a worthwhile thing to do. They add new thoughts that rationalize inconsistency, creating a story that explains the inconsistency. They add their own information to the dilemma. I think that because I eat well and have good genetics, it will eliminate the need to exercise. We add our own story to feel better. This is at the heart of conspiracy theory. Trivialize inconsistency by making it less important. I guess I don't care about my health anyway. Avoiding or ignoring the dissonance. A person may avoid people or situations that remind them of it, discourage people from talking about it, or distract themselves from it with tasks. I won't think about my health. Our brains have an amazing capacity to avoid what's uncomfortable. Delegitimizing, undermining evidence of the dissonance. A person may do this by discrediting a person, group, or situation that highlighted the discomfort. I don't think the group that came up with this exercise finding is a credible source. This is all done in our brains very quickly without our even noticing it. I'm sure you are all making the connection between this information and the current state in our fellowship. We are all in the midst of processing the incompatibility between our beliefs and values and information that is coming forward. On the one hand, we trust our fellowship and the Spirit to lead. We are committed to Jesus and his example of love shown to all. Now we have another side presented, which has created insurmountable dissonance that many have been hurt by those that we're supposed to care for and protect them. We have seen the many ways that cognitive dissonance has played out in an effort to ease our distress. For some, maybe it's a change in thinking, such as mistakes have been made in the past, but I think we'll get through this. Maybe creating an explanation, adding our own story makes us feel better, such as God is using this situation to teach us how to lean on him. Maybe a change in behavior is in order, a call to action, and an active commitment to create policy to protect the fellowship. Maybe we trivialize by thinking that the victims seem to be doing okay, so we need not to be so concerned. We might avoid the issue as much as possible to feel more comfortable. We might discredit the advocates or victims as troublemakers. This is all to highlight that there are many ways that dissonance is processed. And that is in that it is meant to help ease personal discomfort. Our increased self-awareness can help us question our own reactions, pay attention to our response to new information, and lead to a more thoughtful resolution to the issues at hand. Thank you.